Welcome to your young person's live report. The live report is our way of trying to keep you up to date with all of the different things that happen at ELAM. Unlike other colleges, we don't provide you with an end of half term or end of term written report that goes home as a printed version or as an email. Instead, we've given you access to a live view of everything they're doing. Throughout the year, you'll receive emails saying, hey, check out this page or check out this section at this time. This is the reason why you want to do that. We believe that this is the best way of you getting access to what they're doing when they're doing it, rather than just waiting until the end of 3 months to be updated. So I just want to talk you through the different views that will help you understand how well your young person is doing in those different areas. And hopefully this will then shed light on how you can use this moving forward, whether that's by yourself or with your partner or with your young person, to see how your young person is doing. The first thing is your overall view. This shows everything about their attendance and punctuality for the whole time whilst they're here at ELAM. So you can see this person has attended 99.1% of the time. They've also been on time 98.2% of the time, so that's good. This is highlighted in green. Remember, we're expecting 96% and above for attendance and punctuality. That's in fact what the DfE expect. That's what we expect. So being on time 96% of the time, and here 96% of the time. It also shows you when we have any unauthorized absences. Now, this number should be 0. This means whenever they are off, you have called in or messaged in on their behalf to notify us of why they're not able to come. That's illness, that's medical appointments, and that's using the trainee commitment form. It also shows you their behaviour, so how many high fives they've received, how many shout outs, and how many written warnings, where they are on the disciplinary scale, so whether they've received written warnings, pastoral referrals, SLT referrals, etc. And I'll talk you through that in a second. It'll also tell you what tutor group they're in, what strand they're in, and what course they're studying. It will then show you what they've achieved for the different projects. PR stands for project, whilst they've been here at ELAM. Project 3 and Project 7 are what we call their final major projects. And across their UAL course, whether that's games, film, or music, when they achieve a project, they'll either achieve a referral, which is also known as a fail, a pass, a merit, or distinction. Distinction's worth 3 A stars at A level, and merit is worth 3 Cs, a pass is worth 3 Es. Project 1 and 2s are known as their formative units, which means they practice their skills. They're still graded, they still need to pass these, but they practice their skills and develop them. Project 3 is what we call their final major project. Project 3 is then the crucial project that enables them to complete their first year, the level 3 diploma. Once they've completed Project 3, they then move on to Project 4 as they transition into Year 13. It's crucial that all projects are completed in that first year in order to progress on to Year 13. In Year 13, they complete Projects 5 and 6. These are the formative projects, just like in Year 12. And then Project 7 is that crucial final major project that then gives them their grade for their overall extended diploma. This is the grade they leave with that enables them to get into university or will be put on their CV when it comes to applying for jobs. Underneath here, it shows you their overall knowledge, skills, and behaviour development. Now, this is something that we do at ELAM that goes beyond just the grade of a piece of coursework for their exam board. We talk about whether their skills are beginner, developing, advanced, or industry ready across the different areas in their course. So as a gamer, this person has excelled in design and in code, but they are less so developed in the sound area, professional, and in 2D areas. So this just helps your young person understand how they're progressing. You can then go down and see the different areas such as code, 3D, 2D, and the different KSBs that they've been working at so far and what level. And the numbers correspond to, and the colours correspond to here. So 1 being beginner, 2 being developing, 3 advanced, 4 industry ready. So this is what they've been developing over their time whilst they've been here. So this is the overall view, which will show you, as I said, their main strand subject, their attendance and punctuality and behaviour across the whole centre, the grades they've achieved in their strand subject, and then the knowledge, skills and behaviours that they've been developing. The next tab, behavioural history, shows you what high fives, shout outs, and written warnings, verbal warnings, whatever it is they've achieved. We've actually got 5 different categories here: high fives, shout outs, written warnings, pastoral referrals, and senior leadership referrals. So you can see this person has achieved 7 high fives since the beginning of the year, and here's who's given them and when and how. You then move across to the projects, the 7 projects they complete whilst at ELAM. Projects 1, 2, and 3 are in year 1. Project 4, we don't give any written feedback for, we give verbal feedback. And then projects 5, 6, and 7 are across year 2. So they'll do this in their first year of their program, across their second year of their program. There's also tabs for their maths and English qualifications. I'm just going to jump into project 2. Project 2, it will then have their attendance and punctuality across project 2. This is a year 13 student, and so therefore their statistics have reset. But you'll see this here. What they've got per criteria in their project. So for context, they hit a distinction, plan and realizing a distinction, research and merit, then a distinction, merit, distinction, distinction, merit. The target grade is what we have set them based upon their GCSE results. And based upon this person's GCSE results, they're supposed to be getting a distinction. But for this project, they achieved a merit. The reason why they achieved a merit is because research, generate and develop, and their evaluation, these 3 criteria were not at a distinction level. They need to achieve distinction across all criteria to hit a distinction overall. Beneath is the qualitative feedback that talks them through why they got the grade they did. And for research, and for generate and develop, and for evaluation, this is where they would like improvement. And so it will say here, but your reflective journal does not show evidence of these evaluative measures being as consistent. So there's some feedback in here that your young person wants to read after they've received feedback from a project. That's important. If I just go to project 1, you'll see also the KSBs that they've developed on during that project and what level they hit. So for example, you can see for code, they had 4 criteria they were working on. 2 of them they got advanced for, they did really well, and 2 they are developing. So in their next projects, they'll probably want to think about how they go from just developing to advanced in some of these. Same here. In 3D, it was a beginner level, but actually they should be working higher, so they will gradually develop. And across the years at ELAM, they should hopefully move from beginner to developing to advanced. So you'll be able to track their journey throughout all of the projects they do here. And as I said, you'll receive emails at specific times of the year to say, it's time to check project 1, it's time to check project 2, and that will help you just keep on top of when the teachers have finished marking those projects. If your young person takes maths, they will have a maths tab at the bottom, and it'll either say level 3 maths or GCSE maths. On here, you'll see what the grade boundaries are for the different grades that they can achieve. And you will also see what target grade they should be targeting based upon their GCSE results. This person needs to achieve a C or above. And then for their most recent test, what they could achieve in the final exam. You'll see here, these are the different tests that they have across year 12. This is the most recent test, and this is the line that says this is where they should be achieving above. So you can see right now they're achieving below their target grade. But that's fine. It's their first test, it's their first exam, and hopefully they'll be able to improve. If you scroll down then, it will show you what they achieved for that first test. So homework, if you scroll down, you'll see their percentage of homework completion, so 30%, this would need to improve. Their test percentage, what their attitude to learning is currently, and then attendance to maths lessons. And then at this rate, they will achieve. So what the teacher is trying to say is not good coursework submission, not always in, they're a bit of a course of concern, a bit late. And at this rate, they will achieve a distinction. They've also given some feedback on the test on what they will need to improve on or further practice in order to get their grade up. For trainees taking English or language arts, that could be an EPQ course, GCSE English or A-level English. They'll also have an English tab at the bottom. Now for the GCSE and A-level, it's slightly simplified and there are certain points of the year where you'll be receiving feedback and that will come on there. And it'll also show the most recent grades that they've achieved for their coursework. For English EPQ, it's similar, but what they'll do is they'll show you the different pieces of coursework. what the target grade is and what the most recent grade is. And then for each piece of coursework, there'll be the deadline, the grade they've achieved, whether they're meeting expectations. And then after this piece of coursework, they'll start projecting at this rate, what will they be achieving? There's teacher comments here that says where they've got their marks and what their overall grade is, which means then they can start thinking about how they're going to improve the different areas as they go through.